we are back. So, after that moment of despair, as our heroes have discovered that those that they trusted have broken this trust. Bryce made his way to an ATM, trying to use his elemental awareness to guide them away from any sort of surveillance, pulling out a large sum of cash. The three heroes made their way to the outskirts of Metroton, trying to find some place that is not being watched, and indeed found a temperance temper tem ugh, I'm messing it myself. Temper Inns, a dim wood panel roadside motel on the edge of civilization, it seems. It's a late evening and winter winds whistle through the cracks of the thin motel walls. Inside, the yellow glow of cheap lamps reflect off of plastic takeout containers. The manga page turns and we see that frosty motel window and condensation tracing slow arcs down the window panes as the snow at this point is falling gently outside, not angry, just there, just existing, just like the three of you are. Inside this cramped motel room, you can see that there is a battered space heater that quietly rattles in the corner. It's struggling to push any warmth into the air. The table between the beds, as there's a couple of queen-size bed and a cot, is almost like a battlefield of greasy takeout boxes. As you've been here for some time now, the entire day, just sitting and contemplating the scent of sweet and sour chicken and veggie lo mein and dumplings and half-eaten rice that spilled on, covered in the floor like snowflakes. The buzzing of the fluorescent light can be heard as, for the first time in a while, you're not running, not yet. You're existing in a place where you actually can feel you are not being watched. So, what happens next?
Lula May is sort of sitting on the floor with some of the takeout chopsticks, eating some chow mein and whatnot, and she's put out all these pillows so that we all have just sort of a slumber party feeling here. Maybe a way to distract from how terrible things are going right now, but trying to make it as homey and cozy as possible. I will say I don't think I'm putting on the performance I do when I'm around people I don't trust as much. This is probably the time that I'm actually being a little bit vulnerable and letting the sad exist.
I was going to say there are just like glossy-eyed, constant tears in Bryce's face, and he's not used to this feeling, and so he's trying his best and forcing a smile, and just silent tears just constantly run down his face with a shaky voice as he's trying to like eat a dumpling.
I think at that moment, Sammy would have picked up her 3/4 full container of chicken and broccoli, and she would have taken a seat right next to Bryce amidst the pillows. And after a beat, she would just say quietly, enough for everyone to hear, but just enough for it to be like a very comforting tone. And she would say, I remember that when I first found out about Moon being my mother, I knew in that moment, to a certain degree, that I was lucky in the sense that we never had a connection. So when I found out her true nature, it wasn't that heartbreaking for me to come to terms with who she is. And that's why I could never even begin to imagine the level of pain that you're all going through. But just know, you don't have to pretend around me or Luna May. You can just be, and we'd accept you either way. And she'd rest her head on her shoulder, and I try to comfort or support him.
Oh. Go ahead.
Are you also doing the team move share of vulnerability?
I think I might be.
Ooh.
First,
Look at
I
me
will-
coming for you.
No, I love that. No, team moves are phenomenal with being combo moves. Let me first resolve this lovely
Comfort.
comforter support. Sorry, something just flew right by. What the hell was that? But yeah, let me roll that,
All right, go right ahead and
and then I will gladly
roll with
fulfill it.
mundane.
I know that I have angry, but I have influence, and I have this awesome move. I'm not sure if you heard, but it's called. It'd be nice if I knew what move I was talking about. It is called Le Masque. And you, once per session, you can affirm either your heroic or secret identity to switch your mundane with your mask's label. My mask label is Savior. So I'm going to switch my mundane from -1 to +3.
Very nice.
It is once per session, so it's a big one. So yeah, as I do that, I am going to roll, and I'm also going to add influence. So, comfort support. Roll. Oh, that didn't. It doesn't matter. It's a 7. Should be 8, but same thing. All that goes through like I just role played. How do you respond?
You, as you put your head on my shoulder, I like grab your head and I say you're the only ones I trust. You're the only family that I have now. And I know I can count on you both.
I have a question. Oh, that's heartbreaking. So my question here is this, my lovely GM. I have never even thought of, but I want to try and unleash my powers and use my memory manipulation to bring his memories of what's her name back.
Oh. You totally can.
she's never done something like that before, hence the unleash. She's never really messed with anyone's memories like that. She's been too afraid. As I mentioned, that was the first time she did it. So I think right now she's feeling an overwhelming amount of guilt after she's noticed just how small his circle has become, that she can't bear to stand still being someone that take something from him like that, because that was never her intention.
I'm also not going to clear a condition. I'm going to take a potential.
But first things first, I do think that I was. Oh wait, I would like to know if me doing this, by me trying to bring back your memory, would that count as me then asking my vulnerability to try and redeem myself?
Are you asking if this?
It's a selfless act.
Yeah, still, yeah, yes.
Does that
Could
make
clear you're
sense?
guilty.
Right?
Yeah.
Is it a selfless act?
It feels like it's selfless because this is pretty. For her to reveal this, I don't know.
I guess
This is
so.
just me. If somebody revealed that they had taken memories from me, I'd be pretty pissed at them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I
So
think that this
it's
might.
kind of selfless for her. It's so that you get the memories back at her own expense.
Exactly, because even if you cut her away, at least she knows that you'll have another friend that you should
Like,
have had all
yeah.
along.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's putting you before herself.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would say, yeah.
That
Her,
feels like some toxic
Okay, I'm
friendship.
scared.
bullshit.
her heart is in the
Rude!
her heart is in the right place, but she did do something bad, so you have all your
Did
right
something
as
very
Bryce
bad.
to be upset. But she is now trying to right her wrongs. It's why. So it's the intent.
Yeah.
You're so messed up, bro. I can't wait.
You took something from me.
Oh, it
and
was?
then
How?
wanna be
Oh, yes.
like-
All right. With that 11, I would be definitely using overcharge. You channel the full capacity of your incredible powers to overcome an obstacle. And if I need to, I mean, it's memory manipulation. So no other playbook has it. That's my playbook ability. But I'm definitely trying to overcome this obstacle of trying to, if not overcome an obstacle, I'm trying to extend my senses to give him back the memories of her, because I still remember when he met her, and I still remember how they hit it off, and I remember being jealous, and that being the guiding reason why I took those memories away. But that's the catalyst for me to try to give them back, because now I'm being selfless to give them those memories back at the probably detriment of her making any future memories with him, in case he would like not want to be her friend anymore.
All right. So you don't have to roll, as you take the 10 plus automatically.
I'm gonna get it. Don't you worry. It's a fruit fly. And anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
But you do get a 10 plus, so you don't have to roll. As described to me, as you are now reaching up and returning the memories that were taken.
So I just remember. Let's recap for everyone.
Wait, hold on, real quick, real quick. It's not what you say; it's how you say it. Sometimes, right, people? Let's remember this, okay? Let's remember this. Words matter. I think while you mention you're all that I have, you and Diamond, you're the only ones that I trust. I think that we don't actually to be very, very anime, very manga, with her big ass bangs, her eyes are like overshadowed, and you just see a single tear before she wipes it away quickly, and she says, actually, about that, I never had a chance to tell you about my new roommate. I did something in a moment of short-sightedness that I come to deeply regret. And
Sammy?
with guilt.
No.
No, please.
No.
Please, Bryce, let me finish. Your circle of friends, it's not just limited. It's just myself more specifically, Diamond, you actually have another friend as well. You met her during our trip to the
Volcano Star.
Thank you, I forgot. The Arcano Star. What's her name?
Delphina.
Yeah.
Her name's Delphina. And you deserve to have those memories back. And I'm truly sorry for ever taking them from you. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. And she's gonna turn to you and put her hand, like, basically holding your face. And it's gonna be her 2 index fingers that are gonna touch your temples as she says, "Isn't it funny how memories can just come back to us at a moment's notice?" And all the memories that you would have had originally of meeting her at the Arcana Star are almost gonna feel like they're being like pushed into your head, but they're only going back where they belong. It's almost like synapses are reigniting as those memories are now being jolted and regained. And her fingertips, when she says that, they light a very, very faint glow of purple. And then just like that, as those memories come back, that faint glow dissipates. And she retracts her hands. And she actually scoots over, almost like a whole foot away, as she
I
doesn't
think
know how he's going to react.
I think actually even before you even get it, like before you could like
Oh, boy.
scoot away and you like put your like ear temples like leave, you just like as you said, it takes a second for like the synapses to sort of remember, and then he like realizes and pieces together like what you did, and he says, "No!" like, and pushes you away. He says, "Don't touch me! How could you? How could you?" And then I stand up, and like kick over the Chinese food like accidentally. You manipulated me? You took memories from me? And then I look at Lula May. Did you know? Did you know she did this to me?
I didn't know.
What has she taken from you? Like, I trusted you. I thought you were... I can't believe this. I can't believe this. How dare you? I can't be here right now. And I just like run out the door. I don't grab my coat. I don't grab anything. I just leave.
LeMay just sits in shock and looks to the door and looks to Sammy. How could you do that? You've never. You always promised that you wouldn't. What happened?
It was my first time using them. I thought... Delphina's my new roommate.
Oh,
And she rubbed it in my face. How close the two of them have become in such a short period amount of time.
I see.
No, you don't understand. She was sitting... on Chloe's bed, as if she never even existed. I felt this rage inside of me. Same one my mother said I would eventually feel. And when I took her memories, I ended up taking his as well. I guess my mother was right.
No, that is not the lesson here.
No. Clearly, I can't be trusted. Clearly,
Samara,
I'm the problem.
I reach out and I grab you. It's not a hug. I grab you and I try to like force you to look at me. You are not. You're not the problem. You realize that you have been taken advantage of and manipulated your entire life. That there's this other force greater than us, greater than you, greater than me, that has been influencing your every part of your life and watching you. Okay? Now you are just a person. You are a human person.
And a horrible friend.
That's not true. You made a
It is.
bad call. You made a mistake. You made a bad call. And we're going to have to do some damage control because this probably wasn't the time for you to do that when he's already had his entire world shattered.
I didn't want
You
to
did
add
that
to it.
because you didn't want to feel guilty anymore. That's not helpful. But regardless of that, because you know I'll always tell you the truth, and yeah, it was bad. Regardless of that, you cannot start seeing yourself as the villain here. You made a bad call. If I can comfort and support, I will. Or provoke. I don't know which one it is.
Well, if you're trying to make her feel better, then that would be more of a comfort support, which you can totally roll that. Go ahead and roll with mundane.
Okay.
No.
So it is a 7. I do have +1, so 8. Okay, yeah, that's it. And then I mark potential, which means I get my advancement.
Okay,
But do you hear it?
Indeed, that is the question.
That is very much the question.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I think Samara might be having a bit of a she might be having a bit of a crisis right now.
Mm-hmm.
She is trying to come to terms with the fact that she wasn't trying to relieve her guilt. Just real quick, out of character, I wasn't trying to clear guilty.
I know. It just happened to line up. Yeah.
Yeah. So by you saying that, she's now questioning her own motives, which is having her spiral. And I think I'm actually gonna have to roll to reject your influence.
Cool.
So
Ooh.
it's a step above not just not listening. I'm
Yeah.
actually refuting what you're saying.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Spicy.
you still get the point.
Well, I still get
of
the point because
potential
of my
because
friend
of your
thing.
special mechanic. But yeah, I don't open up, so you don't get the second one. Sam.
Yeah. No, that's fine. The second one was for you.
No, but you would be able to get 2 because you have friend, right?
I wouldn't.
You don't have friend unlocked yet?
I do have friend. I wouldn't
Yeah.
get another potential. I get a potential when I comfort my lover rival on a hit. So it was a hit. So I get a potential. But you would get the benefit from comfort and support. That's if I'm understanding it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get they being you, and then but you get one automatically for being the bullheart friend.
Mm-hmm. Oops. Yeah.
No, you're good. Yeah. I am going
Rolling.
to. I know that I have insecure. I have the +1, so it's basically rolling with -1.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All right, let's roll this. And I'll write that in the actual modifier now that I know there is one. Influence. Here we go.
Mm,
That's still a hit. So
Yeah.
still a hit.
I think what that looks like in the fiction is ooh.
Partial success.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and I am going to have. Yeah, I think that because I don't want to be too mean.
Yeah.
She's not trying to like act to prove you wrong. I just think that in this very moment, she sees herself as more of a danger
Mhm.
than a hero. So I'm gonna shift my danger up. I'm gonna shift my savior down. And it left is up, right is down, right? For shift labels.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. And she is. You might still be holding her, but if you are you still holding her, by the way, my love?
Yeah, I think my hands are like on your shoulders trying to keep you looking at me.
Then I think what we're gonna see in that moment on the manga. Well, mangas are mostly black and white, but
There's some drawn ones with color.
we're gonna see her shoulders light up as Diamond's hands begin to feel my psychic constructs pushing them away.
As
So
soon
they-
as I feel it, I let go.
And that's when she just says, I can't be here right now. My abilities are changing, and the last thing that I need is just so any more discourse. What I need right now are answers.
I suppose you're not gonna get those all by yourself. Everybody better on their own. That's fine.
Bryce needs you. He doesn't need me right now. I've done enough damage.
Well, that's your choice.
I'm marking my Doom track to go ahead and use my Doom sign known as Infinite Powers. Mark your Doom track to use an ability from any playbook one time. I'm using the Delinquent's Teleport as a portal opens up right behind me, and I take just 2 steps back as I enter my sanctuary. And it closes behind me.
I sit alone in the motel room and I reach for my phone and then remember the situation. I don't send anything. I just sit alone. And then mentally, maybe even a little out loud, Nixis, I don't know if you're watching or you can hear, but despite our differences, there is something happening, and it is all over this city. I need to get to the Arcano Star. They need to hear what's going on. I don't know if there's a move, if I have to do Unleash Arcana, or if I'm just sitting there. But
no. I
it could also just be roleplay, but
Unleashing
that's
your powers to extend your senses to him?
it could be. I don't know.
You know what? I like that. Go ahead and unleash. Go ahead and roll with free because you tend to unleash your powers. Yeah.
Because you have a connection to the Arcana.
I do.
Mhm.
Now, would you say, because of that +1 ongoing that I get with Steelheart because of our Arcana moment, do I get to use that? Hmm.
Yeah, I'll give you. Yeah, I'll allow that. You're connected to the Arcana, and
It's a 12.
okay. So I'm very glad you did that because
Good stuff.
in that moment, a light appears and begins to flash as the fluorescent lighting inside of the room begins to flicker, zoom, 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 and appearing in a puff of star dew and smoke is the jackalopian feline adjacent entity Nixus, who appears, who takes two paws as he's sitting on his hinds and like puts each of them on your cheek and squeezes hard and says, "There's trouble with the Arcana. We have to talk. I need to get you and the rest of the Arcano Star." The scene shifts, and stepping inside of her sanctuary, we see Samara. To start things off, what are you doing in your sanctuary?
I did not think I would still be here on the spotlight. My bad. I didn't think this far ahead. I was coming to my sanctuary because I chose to have a library of valuable tomes. And I am trying to utilize my sanctuary. I'm trying to call upon the resources of my sanctuary to solve a problem. That problem being that my abilities have these unintended consequences. Like when I tried removing one person's memory, they affected all the people's memories. Like that. I would like to just quickly try and do some surface level research to find out what kind of training do I need to take, what level of, how much do I have to use my power enhancement system, etc., to try, or maybe I should be utilizing my power enhancement system actually. What do I need to do to be able to have a better grip of my abilities so I can have less situations like that happen? Of course, if you roll a miss, like happens, but like I guess I'm trying to utilize my sanctuary in the sense that I want to do the work, whether it be quickly and rushed and rash, sure, but she doesn't want to have a mishap like that happen again.
Mm-hmm.
At least when it comes to the powers that she knows she has, like her memory manipulation, her body transmutation, and her psychic constructs. So yeah, that's what she's doing here. She's trying to utilize those resources to try and get some more insight on how to better use her powers.
So, the condition I'm going to put upon you for this one, just one, is that to do that, you have to access your library of valuable tomes and information to figure that out. When you do that, one of your vulnerabilities is that it's difficult to access and is tied to your doom. I'm going to pull a little bit from another one, but that is still why it is intricately tied to your doom, and you'll see why.
Okay.
First, you have to open up your sanctuary, and it kind of leaves it in a vulnerable state to the Arcana because you have this infinite plethora of knowledge that you're pulling from the Arcana itself, and it's like a two-way mirror. Though you're going in, so you're connecting it, getting the information you need, leaving you vulnerable momentarily to something that will be tied to your doom.
Which one of those other three are you exploiting?
So I am exploiting the tied intricately to your doom, and in order for you to do that, you know this, you have this knowledge. You have to be willingly able to open up this kind of tied to your doom.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I misheard you, my love. I thought you said that you were gonna add another one that I didn't have marked. I thought you were gonna either use draws dangerous attention.
Yes, I'll pull from draws dangerous attention. Yes.
Got you. Oof. Okay.
Like using the tools, like sets off signals that people were looking for.
Yes.
That was good. Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take that risk. And because I do have tied intricately to my doom, do you want me to mark my doom track, hon?
Yes.
You got it. The difficulty to access is just the fact that it's in Egypt. That's it.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
not in Metrochin City up the block. But I use teleport and get around that. But yeah, perfect. And I did that, and I think that as she is looking, and you said it was my library available tomes.
Yeah.
Okay. I think she's maybe like her third or fourth tome in before she finally finds something, and her eyes widen and her attention is fully grasped, and she starts poring over the book. And little does she know that in that moment, I'll let you decide, or you don't have to even tell me, but someone is paying attention as she's leaving herself a little bit too vulnerable. But she does learn the few tricks that she has to. Um, and I think that um, we see that her eyes, her eyes are starting to look. Um, she normally does wear like eyeliner, mascara, but for some reason she doesn't have like raccoon eyes or like circles under her eyes, but there's just this. And what really freaks her out is that it's very similar to her mother, but she's starting to notice this very, very light, light amount of darkness that is just like right around her, her eyelids. And when she looks in the mirror, it looks like it's sparkling, but that's not normal. Those weren't there before. And she has no other inkling but the fact that she thinks that it's something to do with bringing her and her mother closer. And she's freaking out a little bit, but she does feel a bit better that at least right now she's got a bit more control of her powers. But she does not realize that she's within someone's crosshairs at the moment.
Okay. And so as you're grabbing this information, these tomes, you see at your peripheral, as you're thinking about your mother, a woman standing right behind you, completely, almost completely dark and black, except for a little bit of kind of a moonlight white, about 1/4 of this brilliant gown that drags into the floor. And the moon shape, the circular shape on her forehead, almost like an emblem on a crown or a jewel on a crown. Yes. It's almost forming like a corona, but then you can tell when it comes to the moon what phase the actual moon is by the moon that's kind of like her centerpiece on the top of her forehead. At this point, it looks to be black, almost just like how she's dressed, with a little bit of white in the corner. As she looks on over to you, Samara? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to barge in here. But you left yourself vulnerable, something that you should not be doing, especially at a time when the eclipse is coming. Can we talk?
You would not have come all this way unless you didn't intend to not speak. What's on your mind?
Ever since the night of your homecoming, I've been so confused between my duties on the council, my duties to my master, and you were only supposed to be an embodiment, an avatar. But you're my daughter, and you have so much potential. I'm just here to warn you and to convince you that you're fighting for the wrong side. I know I started off things wrong, meeting you at your workplace, but I'm here to start again. I want you by my side. Join the council, please. Before it's too late.
You mentioned something very interesting just now. Here I thought you stood at the helm, but you have a master? Who? And I'm marking the last part of my Doom track before I get a new thing. To have a dark vision. Mark your Doom track to have a vision about the situation at hand. After the vision, ask the GM a question. They will answer it honestly. I'm trying to have a vision about who the hell her master is. Who's master?
Okay.
That's what I would like to know. And I'd like to frame it this way. When she says, because she never turned around, she hasn't even looked up to acknowledge her mother. But when she says master, she looks up, and then the manga panel would zoom into her eye, into her left eye, as in that it would like cut across to the next panel, being on her mother's eye as it zooms in to her memories of who her master is and whatever last interaction she had with said person.
You go ahead and look and tell her, ask her who her master is. Your mother looks at you. I'm sorry, but I can't. And she goes to put a hand on you, like to kind of comfort you in this sense. And as you connect, you instantly begin to have your dark vision. You are flowing through space at this point. Galaxies and solar systems are shifting by you as you're just zooming to the edge of the universe itself. Here in a strange zone where there's nothing but darkness. There is just a floating diamond shape asteroid. There's an altar with a gate that's about 30 feet in diameter. Circular gate on this rock that's embedded into the rock. And chained to it are 6 chains wrapped around what looks to be a large creature that can only be described as a black substance, even darker than the nothingness that's around, so it's illuminated in a strange way. 2 eyes that swirl like a spiral solar system inside, and a maw that can only be described like a jack-o'-lantern. And the embodiment of fear itself, it feels, as standing on the as the manga page zooms in and you see the moon looking up at this figure. My lord and master, Entropy, we are doing as you have commanded. We are activating as many minor arcana and are becoming successful. And through their power, your connection to the universe grows. And then you will be ready. Your bindings will be released. Look there. We have awakened so many in a few months past, and your chain, one of your chains, have already started to rot. The page turns and you can see dissolving into nothingness is one of the long metallic chains that's attaching this huge 30-foot tall creature of shadows. I must feed. I must consume. Yes, Lord Entropy, you shall. In a new era, shall wipe across the universe. The era of nothingness. The era of entropy. As you blast back, your mother stumbling back in her, stumbling back slightly, catching yourself before falling on the ground. Samara,
Actually, before she falls, if it's okay,
Mm.
I'd like to create a psychic construct to stop her from hitting the ground.
Oh, she's caught on it. Thank you, Samara. I can explain. I'm. It's not what you think.
That.
And you get to ask a question about your vision.
I mean, I literally just did, my love.
Oh, is that the is that the GM question?
I was saying in character while I delivered it. Yeah. Who the fuck is that Dormammu looking motherfucker?
It's okay. Just as a this is canon. Well, that is Entropy. That is one of the entities that runs the universe itself, all of reality.
Did I just meet like an eldritch god?
Yes. So again,
oh my god!
This is who they are. They're trying. So an entity known as Entropy, the embodiment of nothingness, versus progression, which would be like what the Arcana stand for, evolution, progression, big. So this is the opposite of our Eternum magic.
Yeah.
That is what this is. This is the biggest of big bads.
I think upon realizing who this is, the magnitude of who her mother calls master, not even on this plane of existence. I think that she is going to say, I don't know what it is you expect, but if you think I'm going to forsake humanity, let alone my friends, or the city of Metroton, you don't even know who your own daughter is. Go, and don't come back until you're ready to be on my side.
Samar, please, don't reject me. Don't. And she goes up to try to grab you, and she's starting to fade away with the connection closing.
As the connection closes, she just closes her eyes and looks down and says, but you've already rejected me. She turns around, and she hopes that by the time she turns around, her mother would have fully dissipated.
Samara, please. She just turns into nothingness. The connection, the vulnerability, closing. And then we shift scenes as the manga page just turns yet again. So, Bryce, you have run out of the motel, the Temper Inn, and have gone into the snow as it's falling down. Where are you going?
I'm fully distraught and I don't know how to think. But he does remember that across the street or down the street was a liquor store. And whether it's via invisibility or pretending to be older, he will walk out of that store with a bottle of liquor and a brown bag. And he will use his powers to like appear older, or manifest a license in his hand and use that cash to buy a bottle of whiskey. And you see by the time he's walking out, he is chugging that bottle. And then he'll probably just walk to the side of the building or perhaps down the street and just sort of like sit on a bus bench and drink that bottle of liquor.
You go and walk down to the bus bench in a small haze as you consume the alcohol. Halfway down the bottle, as you're drinking this, You are lying down on the bench. Snow is falling you, covering you slightly as you stare up, as you feel something grab the bottle and pull it up.
Hey,
Bryce, you look pathetic. Get up. Why do you feel so sorry for yourself? As Alejandro stands there, red jacket and red vest, button-up suit, and an umbrella, a black and red umbrella, looking down at you. Somehow has found you.
I'll stand up and I'll look him in the face and I'll say, probably starting to slur my words, "You did this. You lied to me." And I'll go shove him against or go to push him.
You slip and stumble over as he easily dodges. You fall into a face full of snow as he goes to pick you up or like push him off.
You lied to me. I hurt people.
Mio, I'm sorry that you feel that we did something wrong. We did something right.
They're using me.
Your family is not using you. Look, I'll admit, we haven't been completely honest with you. Your family, your family and myself, we're involved in something much greater than you know. Something that involves the government. Everything is corrupted. We are the only thing that's trying to make sure that this city stays safe. Vanguard is here. They're beneath the streets, guarding the Arcana Star. The gateways are guarding the Celestial Cradle. The gateway to the Arcana Star. Yes. There are many secrets that are being hidden from you. Even your friends. Diamond, Lulame, Samara, Hex. They cannot be trusted. We found out that Lulame's father works for a shadow organization inside of Vanguard and are trying to rebirth the Kishin to bend to their own will, and they work for the government. The mayor that you were able to switch.
You're lying to me. You're lying to me right now. I'd like to try and pierce the mask.
Okay.
I give Lulame more credit than that. Or I try to. I'm guilty right now, so let's see. Okay. At least a 7.
Okay, so you get to ask one question.
What are you really planning?
So in the out of fiction, he is trying to pull you away from the Arcana. He wants you away from Diamond, away from Hex, and then ultimately away from the major Arcana, the Guardians of the Arcanum. So to potentially pull you to the Umbral Council. So that's what he is planning in this moment. Samara.
Just really quick point of order. Umbral Council. Doesn't the moon also sit on that?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So the devil would be against him cohorting with Hex to try and not join them together?
The devil has, so if you remember, the devil did have, there was that scene, that meta scene that said, "You've tried it, Moon, it's my turn." And like, there was some like, there's some deeper things there, but yeah.
Valid salad. His plans have plans. I'm sorry.
But yes, he is trying to get Bryce to his side.
I think I would like to I know he's lying. And now again, I've reaffirmed he's lying. I would like to say nothing. I would like to strike the Arcana him.
Oh my!
I love your
would-
character progression, Bryce. By the way, I love
I
it
would
so much.
I would say you're still lying to me, and I can't believe you. And in this moment, you sort of like in the past when he's sort of ripped space, he sort of like tapped and created like ripples, and like as I say, you're still lying. The ground sort of ripples out underneath my feet, and you see like the Arcana, the sword start to appear behind me, and I would like to attack him front on.
Roll with danger, please.
Terrible.
Oh,
But you could possibly get a boon from the draw.
Right? Let's
Yep.
see.
I'm
And also,
shuffling.
if you're really ballsy, you might be able to rewrite. Wait, is it Arcana's Edge?
I could throw an Arcana's Edge in, maybe.
Let's see how desperate you are.
Right?
Even
Let's see
ballsier.
how
You wanna make that
desperate.
really bad joke?
Okay.
You're not a teal. You're a mentiroso.
You were
Means liar.
dying. You were
Mentiroso.
dying to say it.
Oh my goodness.
Just seeing his accent.
The Devil Reverse Major Arcana card. The third time this card has been pulled this core. The cards are showing us a sign. This means the villains will have their way.
So you said you were so you go into your 10 of swords, Mo, and the swords come out and fly to him as he catches each and every one of them with his fingers. Flames appear as his devil face manifests. No, nephew. You're smarter than that. And then he shatters them into dust, carbon dust that then coalesces around you and lock you into a spherical bubble that becomes encompassed in flames. Fine then, if you won't come on your own choice, then I will take you with me. Snaps his fingers and there's just a sizzle mark on the ground where the snow evaporated, where he stood and where you were, as you
And the
teleported
bottle.
away. In the bottle. And
Can we say that the bottle drops to the ground and shatters in that last scene, and it's just leaking liquid into flames, burning?
Yes.
Sorry.
oh, and that is where the manga page ends in this core. And we get to the final episode of this core next time.
Oh
Ooh.
my gosh.